Here is Barkley, left side, big hole, Saquon Barkley! Uh-oh! Barkley, goodbye! Dunk it in. Doncic, 47!
I'll give him a dunk. On a night you had 47 points, you get the benefit of the doubt.
Moss the back, Karras the snap, Moss the block. Burrow going deep, he's got him! Touchdown! Jamar Chase!
LeBron leaked out, they didn't see him. Here he is down court. It's up and in! Will it count? LeBron James at the buzzer! 23-yard completion. Here goes Taylor. With Pierce in front. Touchdown, Colts.
Curry gets free. Curry puts up a three.
Bang! Bang! He ties the game with 6.3 remaining.
Mahomes flushed out again all the way back. Turning the corner. Fires downfield. Caught. Touchdown.
Timeout. SGA. Probing. Piercing. Spinning. Hanging for the lead. And SGA knocks it down with just under a second to go. Hit, throw. Oh, come on! Justin Jefferson, you gotta be kidding. Makes it look so routine. Greatest catch that never existed in NFL history.
Edwards puts up a three.
It's good!
Anthony Edwards once again.
Edwards electricity here in game 4.
Here's a first and goal. And he's signaling as he backpedals to the 30.
Oh, what a catch! Touchdown, Baltimore! Is it Brandon? Giannis says no! Back the other way, Trent. Giannis inside! At both ends!
Yo, what's up, everybody? Matty Ice here with Profit Props. This is the sharp side. As always, we will recap yesterday first. 0-1 on the straight, and we missed the ladder. Champagny finished with 2 threes. We needed threes. I will say, however, I would not have played that if I knew OKC was sitting everybody. I would have just stayed off of that. But I digress. Not the worst day in the world. Minus 1.25 units. The straight was a 1 unit at plus. We got a plus 120 and a plus 120 and a plus 320. Anyways, I digress. They both missed. Again, I wouldn't have played those had I known who was in and out for them. So let's get right into today's slate. Going to be similar in terms of volume. I will expect more volume from me post 4 p.m. once the trade deadline officially goes through. But I'll still go over some of the games, some of my thoughts, talk about the trade deadline, all of those things. I do have an NFL prop to release as well. JSN over 6.5 receptions, and then we are running Drake May over his passing yards. I'll get into those a little bit later. First game on the slate, Washington versus Detroit. We do have some injury news here. Cade Cunningham is questionable. I like Duncan's threes regardless of if he plays or doesn't play. I will say I have missed the best of this number, however. So I don't know that I'm going to be attacking. If we get a little bit of reverse line movement, I will be more inclined to run it. But at the current prices, yeah, minus 145 is the best number I see. The current prices, probably not going to attack that one. Mr. D, I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Appreciate the likes and the retweets this morning. Definitely helps me grow to Brandon the page. Make sure you're following on Instagram and TikTok as well. I'm pushing more content over that way. All right, so for this game, I kind of like the Duren double-double. It's a decent price for him. Oh, no, this is actually even moved this morning. This was about minus 150 this morning, so it's moved 35 cents. I'm assuming his rebounds have moved. Yeah. Okay. So his rebounds were this morning like a 10.5, 125 to the over, so that's bumped up. I'm not going to chase the bump. So nothing official for me on Duren. Cade, I mean, this one could get ugly. I don't expect him to run a lot of minutes in this game here tonight. Probably would be okay with 10-plus assists. Minus 140, 145. I could probably get behind. Max World, I appreciate you tapping in, bro. What's good? How we doing? Mac actually was the one who kind of sparked me to our official bet of today, which is Lucas threes versus his favorite team, Philly. Terrible drop coverage defense. Okay, yeah, so like I said, not going to spend a lot of time on that. Washington versus Detroit, I don't have anything to say. Brooklyn versus Orlando, I ran Michael Porter Jr. over 3.5 3-pointers made in his two games versus them this season. He had 11 attempts and 18 attempts. In his last 10 games, he's averaging 10.1 attempts. I think he's cool for 10 plus. You could even drop this at 9 or more. He's over in 6 of his last 10. I think we can filter to 32 minutes here. I mean, a blowout would cause some concern there, but at those numbers, it's 7 to 10 and 77% this season. Again, 1-2 versus them so far this season. Oh, John, it might have been you. I don't know, man. I don't know who it was. One of the regulars for sure. Sarr over his assists, so it makes sense to me. What I will say is the blowout worries me in that Washington game. Let's see what his assists were and losses by 10 or more, and then we could probably filter for at least 25 minutes. 53% hit rate. If you got a good feeling, bro, I won't talk you off, but the blowout's what's going to keep me off of that. Igor's PRs, if anything, I'd probably just run Igor's threes, dog. He'd been chucking from behind the arc. Threes at 2.5 plus money? Honestly, like the threes are tempting. Let's talk about the PRs, but the threes are tempting. Let me go to my model here. Okay, Max said he was on Embiid. John was on the Luka joint. Okay, good looks. I'm going to stay off of Cade. It's a good matchup for him, but I just, again, like he's banged up to begin with, and then it's blowout potential. So I would be surprised to see him run more than 32, 33 tonight. Can he get 25 in 32 minutes? Absolutely. But it's just not a spot I want to attack tonight. Demon, let me get to the model again. I like the threes over. Nothing official, but I do like the points and threes over. I looked at Jalen Suggs and Anthony Black RAs this morning. Kind of leaned over both, which was a better reason for me to stay off of each. I think he did fairly well in the last matchup. Yeah, so he had a 30 ball versus them back in January and then 15 in the first matchup. I believe this was without Franz and this was with Desmond Baines also played very well. So I don't know which one of these Orlando players is going to kind of step up tonight. Don't have an opinion on Paolo's points. Rebounds were also very split. Going to be nothing for me with Paolo here. I think there maybe was a request something. No, I don't have any Paolo Banchero opinions here. Michael Porter Jr., I did run his threes, so I can get that up in the banner. Trades and injury reports are getting Vegas paid, but wisely during these dark times. Yes, agreed. Everyone I'm betting on today is basically not. I mean, Michael Porter Jr., at the beginning of the year, I thought for sure was gone, but at this point, the way he's played, I think they see him as like as a centerpiece. So I think he's stuck like glue now. That being said, if Brooklyn does something, wouldn't surprise me. Orlando made their moves in the offseason. I don't see them to be doing much. But yeah, no, there's going to be a lot. Utah versus Orlando. I could definitely see Utah versus Atlanta. I could see Nurk getting moved. Atlanta already made a move today. They traded Luke Kennard to the Lakers for Gabe Vincent. I did run an 18-18 parlay, though, so let me get that. 18 plus each. It was Nikhil, Alexander, Walker plus – I actually can't remember. I know I locked it in. I dropped the slip. Brandon Ingram, right? BI? I think it was BI, but let me confirm. Yeah. I will say, would not be surprised if Toronto made a move. I've heard their names in a couple different spots. I actually think Zubac's getting moved. Toronto in the there's a couple spots that could make sense for him. So, yeah, definitely with this game, keep an eye out for trades. Collier coming off the 17 and 20 had 22 assists in the last matchup versus an Indy team that does not allow a lot of assists. I think we still got Keontae George out tonight. Yeah, Keontae George is still out tonight. So he played the full 48 minutes last game too. That's right. He played the full 48. I think we get massive run out of him tonight. The double-double price is back to where it was last season. So I really don't see any value there. Where I will say I see value is CJ McCollum and Lauri Markkanen's threes. This is his last 5 games versus Utah, albeit this dates back to last season. But 4, 9, 6, 5, and 5 were his 3-point makes. His attempts were 10, 13, 12, 12, and 12. You can see his volume kind of ticking up here, 11, 5, 9. You got to remember, Indy runs people off of the 3-point line. I don't have a good excuse for Boston. Probably should have had more than 5 attempts, especially with the minutes he ran at 29. And then 7 versus Indy, again, who will run you off the line. So I don't hate the recent volume from CJ McCollum. And this line does seem to be trending north towards the over. So I definitely like CJ threes in this one. Haven't ran it officially. It might be part of just a lay, but I do like the 2.5 there for CJ. Jalen Smith over 8.5 rebounds with Vucevic traded. I looked at Jalen Smith's threes today for Chicago. That'll be the next game. Didn't look at his rebounds though, so I have to spend a minute looking at that. I'm not going to run this officially yet. I will say though, McCollum and Lauri's threes. Lauri was plus money this morning as well on his threes. You can see here versus power forwards. I think they rank the 9th most threes allowed. 3-point percentage. 10th versus power forward, but attempts and makes, I believe, 13th. Small forwards, which he does play some small, they're 22nd. So I really like this spot for each of them. Again, haven't ran either of those officially yet, but those are definitely leans that I'm carrying into the late slate. Jalen Johnson coming off of a triple-double, and you really can't think of a better matchup to do it versus maybe the Wizards, but Utah's a good matchup to kind of run it back. He's at plus 210. He's coming off of back-to-back triple-doubles. Scoring's not been crazy. 29 and 33, so it's been solid. Before that, 3, I don't want to call them duds, but the 23.5 line, I would say over his last 20, yeah, he's under this quite often. If you look at his last 18, he's under in all but 7. That's 11 of 17, 11 of 18. I would still lean under the points, and I would lean that he records the triple double. A 9-9, 8-8 parlay might be good here as well. Not going to play anything officially there. I do think Atlanta's a massive trade candidate. I also think Utah could be a trade candidate. This game's in Atlanta. We know Utah does not travel well. They play much better at home. This game could get ugly. So I'm going to leave it as is. I've got some thoughts in it, but, this is definitely a game I want to come back to after 4 o'clock. Chicago, Toronto. I don't think Chicago's done. I don't think Toronto's done. You could maybe attack a Jalen Smith rebounds because, they're not going to just magically come up with a big who's playing tonight, even if they trade for a big. Vucevic is gone. Podol could play today, although I do think he could get moved. DeSunmo's already been traded. Outside of Brandon Ingram here, guys, I'm actually not going to have anything. J-Man, what's good? I appreciate you for tapping in. The spread's 8.5 for Chicago, and if Chicago sells anything else today, that game could get ugly. And no surprises from me if they do sell some extra pieces today. I think they're going to keep Giddey, and Giddey will be like the cornerstone. He's a terrible defender, but he does everything else well. Not a great 3-point shooter, but serviceable player. BI rebound 6+ home. I took his points bought down though, because I do think, like I said, shit could get ugly today. I really don't think I'm running this at the ticket. If you play it at Bet Rivers and get a 125, cool. But otherwise, I'm chilling off of that. Quickly, I honestly think quickly PAs could make sense here. Again, I don't want to bet it in the blowout, but I do think the PAs would make sense. What is assists allowed? I know they played once, twice, 3 times this season. No, none. How have they not played this season? They're in the same division. Do they play each other 4 times in the last 30 games? NBA is on some bullshit, dog. Like, why would you play 4 times in the last 30? That was like, I think it was like Orlando, Atlanta. They played like 4 times in the first month, I swear to you. You said, look at the boards at the crib. Oh, that's a win. My fault. At the crib. For an 8 of his last 10, 20 out of 25. I'll say 2 things about this, man. First, I don't take a lot into home road splits on rebounds generally, but this almost looks like Jaren Jackson Jr. back in the day where he's just getting graded better at home, which is honestly, it's a very true thing. Wait, are they? Yeah, they are at the crib. Okay. Yeah, if you like it, I would probably only play it at the crib. It looks like he's getting some extra love at the crib. Matas, RAs, I don't got a read in the world for you, dog. Like, I don't even know this Chicago team, to keep it a buck with you. Like, I don't know. Like, everything's read-based, not database today. And I don't want to just go chucking units. Like, I've got 3 plays out, unit a pop, and then I got the ladder. I took Luke up to 5 for a little quarter unit. I only play rebounds at home, auto bet for me. Hey, you know what? Like, there is scenarios like that. I don't know if y'all remember, but Jaren Jackson Jr. that season, I don't think he won Defensive Player of the Year, but he was right there. It was like a 1.6 difference between his home and away splits. So little shit like that does happen. Storch, that joint's 11 now, big dog. Like, the value is gone. I'm double doubles minus 190. The assist is 10.5 minus 140 to the over. Value's gone, I think. Hey, I'm gonna keep it moving, y'all. I appreciate y'all for tapping in daily, and I think part of the reason y'all tap in on the regular is I think y'all fuck with me, but we also win, right? We're up 40 units on the season. It's been a rough month or so, but we're up 40, and we're going to hopefully go up another 40 for the end of the year. I didn't go up 40 units betting on some bullshit. So let's move on to Charlotte versus Houston. Charlotte, a team that just made a trade. Houston, a team that I thought could possibly go grab a point guard. If they did, it wouldn't shock me. If they did, it wouldn't shock me. Charlotte obviously made their moves. Sexton's gone. I doubt Kobe White plays today. Did they make another move too? Did Charlotte make 2 moves or was it just the one? Hey, man, shout outs to all the likes and the retweets on the live. Shout outs to all of the likes and the retweets on the NBA post as well. I appreciate y'all for real. I'm just looking here. Y'all update me if I'm missing something. Off guard. Appreciate you tapping in, big dog. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. Chris Boucher to be traded to the Jazz. I believe that involves Toronto. LaMelo is a trade candidate. I thought it was true in the beginning of the season, but with the way they're playing, I think he's off the block to begin with. And I really feel like Charlotte's hurting themselves in the sense that I do not think Charles Lee is a good coach. He reminds me of my high school coach, where I think the X's and O's are there, but motivating the team around you, I don't think is there. And it's a young team. It could improve. Maybe Charles Lee almost grows with this team because he is a younger coach. But as of right now, as where we stand in today's NBA, I can't stand Charles Lee as a coach. Again, this might be a first-time head coach too, so I got to give him some grace because they have played well, and the talent around them is doing well. But when you hear the team talk, it sounds like first, like the team doesn't have the coaches back. That's what I'm saying. And that tells me everything I need to know. It reminds me a lot of Memphis right now. And honestly, this is what I thought today's show was going to be. I want to talk about the trades. I want to talk about, it's not just the bets today. Let's talk about the trades. What do I think? What do y'all think? Throw it in the comments. But yeah, I think another thing I think is intriguing is, does Coby White start in Charlotte? Because let's talk about it. If you start Coby White, you're basically saying either Con comes off the bench, because Brandon Miller's not coming off the bench, and LaMelo. If they bring LaMelo off the bench, like that's some Charles Lee ass shit right there. I get it for the back-to-backs because you're afraid to play him. Fine. His brother has injury histories. I get it. But if you get into the playoffs and you're bringing Melo off the bench, he's gone as soon as his contract's up. And if he is smart. The Balls, say what you want about them. They are business. They're business smart. He's gonna try to sign that max and then get up out of there. Like, I don't know what Charlotte's doing, but my whole life Charlotte's been bad. I'm old enough to remember when Charlotte didn't even have a team. I'm old enough to remember Charlotte having a team, not having a team, and then getting the team back. So in my entire life, they've been ass. So what do we expect? I was telling one of my friends, Kobe may start. It's not far-fetched. I know, but then what do? Bridges at the 5? Or do you bring Con off the bench, start Kalkbrenner to be Diabate? I don't think it's a bad team. If it's me, I don't know. I kind of like bringing Kobe off the bench, and I know that sounds crazy, but Con Canepo brings you some size that Kobe doesn't bring you. Like, man, it's crazy. Like, this team, look, we're talking through all these scenarios right now. Who am I to come out and tell you who to bet on for Charlotte tonight? What are LaMelo's minutes going to be? Are they on a back-to-back? Do they play tomorrow? Hold on, we got underdog news. What the hell is this? Is it good? Oh, no, it was just the Chris Boucher thing. I already got that. Oh, yeah, let me go check the schedule out. Do they play tomorrow? No, they don't play tomorrow, and I'm 99% sure they didn't play last night. Yeah, so LaMelo should get good run today. Houston, a good defensive team, especially versus assists. I'm not backing his assist tonight. Kevin Durant, low-key, been selling lately. I got nothing for him. I did take Brandon Miller in the – wait, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Took Brandon Ingram. I do like Brandon Miller at that 18-plus number as well tonight. DraftKings alt, put it in a lay. I do like Brandon Miller to get there. What's his threes line? Is it no? I like him to get 2. That 3 at 152 is tempting, but I'm going to stay off. Con Canepo honestly could get some extra run tonight with Sexton gone and Kobe possibly not playing. Diabate RAs. It's a tough matchup. Is Kalkbrenner playing? I don't like the matchup, dog. You seen what I said about Durant and Sengun? No, I didn't. My fault. Sengun RAs, okay. And then Durant averaged like 29 versus the East this year, 30 on back-to-backs. KD been selling. I'm cool off the KD look. Sengun RAs home. Is this at the crib? Yeah. Hey, bro, I feel you, but you got to remember something about Charlotte. They are a damn good rebounding team. A damn good. And that's why we're getting the number we're getting here on Sengun. Part of the reason I don't like home away splits is like we're going back here. Queta, chicken. Gafford, chicken. Wemby would have played this game, so that's impressive. Chicken. Wemby. Queen, are you kidding me? So, I don't know. Like, I'm cool off of this. Knicks just got Jose Alvarado from what did they give up? Tell me it's not McBride. Tell me it's not my boy Miles McBride. I can't be – no, tell me it's not McBride. RJ Barrett ruled out. That's great for my BI. If you're not on BI yet, you should get there now. Who is it, Shams? Tell me Miles. Tell me it's not Miles. Don't send my boy Miles down there. Charlotte, one of the best. I'm just throwing numbers out there and not going to ignore them. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I agree, Damon. I hope not as well. Yeah, BI, yeah, get that shit if you can quick. Bet Rivers probably the slowest mover. I see the vision with Sengun RAs. I hate the matchup though. I'm gonna stay off of that. I kind of like Thompson RAs as well, but I'm gonna stay off of it just for the same reasons. I hate the matchup. KD, you said's done really well in back-to-backs. That's so crazy to me, bro. This man is the oldest player on the team. Cooking. John, I'm not mad at it, but let me give you a counterpoint and tell you what might scare me. Sexton's gone. I don't think Kobe's going today. No game tomorrow, no game yesterday. We could see him play more minutes than we have recently. But that being said, I love point guard assists under versus Houston. So I'm torn there. If there were no trades, I would have probably auto bet this, no questions asked. Now, a little bit more. I remember he just played like 31, 32 minutes recently. 32 right here versus San Antonio, 32 versus Washington. I think these assist numbers a lot of times are reflective of a sub-30 game. And I do believe we've got a plus 30 game possibility here tonight. See, it's a very, very, very different story to tell between sub 30 and over 30. And that would be what keeps me off. That being said, I love unders versus point guard unders versus Houston last year, this year. John, I know you were tapped in. I know a lot of y'all been tapped in. We spoke on this beginning of the season. Houston actually defensively, they were giving it up early, and I was torn. I was like, is this the new Houston? Is this just early variance? Got to think. Houston went through some went through some offseason adjustments. So, they got it right, and they're right back near the top of the league. What I tell you yesterday about them assists versus Houston, yeah, John Brown was speaking on it as well. Houston played Boston yesterday, and I believe Peyton and Jaylen Brown sat, and then Boston still won the game somehow. Yeah, so guards, assists, unders versus Houston is definitely a good look. The minutes there, the recent trade in the minutes for LaMelo would be my caution. We had a Kalkbrenner request of some sort. Oh, Pritchard did play. Okay, I thought he sat for some reason. Did we have Kalkbrenner PRAs? His minutes have been reduced. He's still crushing this line. Who requested this? Brett. Hey, Brett, I know you've been tapped in, so I know you know what I'm about to say probably, but you just throwing it out there in case I have something. I don't have anything, and you know how I am, bro. Like, I feel like his minutes are hard to spot. Not even necessarily hard to spot. They're 15 to 20. Players like this, if your first rotation goes bad, you're out that joint, right? I hate betting on players who are dependent on their first rotation. Bader, yeah, we saw that earlier. I haven't seen what the Knicks gave up yet, though. So if you see that, put that in the chat. I was hoping it wasn't Miles McBride. Valet, appreciate you tapping in, bro. Doing well this morning, man. Doing well. A small loss yesterday. This time of year, there's not going to be a lot of volume, so. We're doing well, though. As a Lakers fan, I like the Luke Kennard pickup. Let Let me see. I saw Dalen Terry and a pick. Oh, prop plugs in the building. Dalen Terry for Alvarado. Okay. I don't hate that at all. That's cool. That is cool. If I'm
What's
New
cool is
York,
they just
I
got
live
him.
with that. That's a great defensive pickup for them. That's a good move for New York. If you're a New York fan, you should be happy with that move. If you're a New York fan, you should be very happy with that move. I don't know what the cash is going to be. Can't imagine it's super substantial. So yeah. Kennard can't play defense. That's true. But the way that the Lakers play defense, they can hide him because they're going to put him on the worst player while he's in, the worst perimeter player. And I imagine he's somebody that helps a lot and we allow his defender to shoot. Look, as a Lakers fan, we're not going to be one of the top defensive teams this season. So we'll take the shooting. We'll take the scoring. When you have Luka Doncic as your cornerstone piece, you can no longer say we're going to win a chip off defense, right? When you've got – it's kind of similar to Jokic. I think Denver played great defense, but they also had an incredible offensive rating. OKC, different, right? Shea's not an amazing defender, but I think we'd all agree he's a better defender than Luka. And when you have someone good enough, then you can make a defensive unit around them. And that's what OKC's done. Defense, they need some shooting. I think Chet's overpaid, not even in the sense that he's not worth what he's getting paid, but I think OKC could plug in a player low-key making half of what he's making and almost keep the same strength, right? And that's what's so scary about Oklahoma City. I think Denver looks really good. Like, you get Aaron Gordon back on the floor. Cameron Johnson gives you anything. Jamal Murray's still a stud. Jokic probably still the best player in the league, just injured right now. So the Lakers aren't going to beat either of those teams defensively, right? It's going to take a 40 ball from Luka in 4 different games, and the rest, and you need 25 from Braun, 25 from Reeves. You need 14 and 10 from Ayton. We're not trying to beat anybody defensively, though. They creating the old bomb squad. They need defenders around Luka. Again, I just kind of preached on that. Like, you definitely need like some good defenders, but the way that JJ schemes his defense, it's stop the best guy, let the other guys beat you, and hope that you can outscore him. And that's I think what you got to do with Luka. As a Lakers fan, I love Kennard because we can't shoot for shit. God bless you. That is the truth. I'd love to see us pick up another good on-ball defender, but also spacing big is my preference. Bobby wouldn't be bad. Also, I don't think Marcus Smart, I know he's short, but I don't think he's played bad defensively this year. We thought Gabe Vincent would be a perimeter defender. He was not. He was not that. So, yeah, no, I agree. I wouldn't hate to have another. Like, if they could go get Jaden McDaniels or something, that moves the needle substantially. But I don't think there's a defender on the open market right now that would move me more than Kennard did, especially at the ticket. There's not. J-Dub overpaid. He got that 40 ball in the big game, right? And I think that really helped, that locked him in for that bread he was getting. I think Shea did help him get a bag. Because did he sign for the max? If he signed for the max, it's overpaid. But he's a great player. We cannot forget how good he is defensively. He doesn't bring you all the flash of an offense. He can give you 40. We saw it in the finals. But I think he's a really good defender, a really good complementary piece. If you want to say he's overpaid, you know what? Yeah, maybe. But a really good piece on a contending team, and he pairs so well with Shea. So he may have got more at OKC than he would on the open market. I think that might be fair, but he's such a good pair. And to be fair, I think Chet is too. So listen, I'm not here to shit on OKC. I don't want to see him in the playoffs. I do not want the Lakers to see them in the playoffs. And ultimately, I do think they are the favorites. They're damn near a pick 'em to win the chip. I think that's fairly priced. But if I could nitpick, those would be my thoughts. McCain. So thank you for saying it. I am not super big on the Jared McCain. Now, Chalk Exchange, who's in here regularly, made a good point that he thinks it's more of a move for them 2 years from now than this year. Okay, I could see that. But for me, I don't see him running more than like 15 minutes, 16 minutes a game. Now, Godspeed KD had mentioned that they are like glutton with so much, with all the assets that they have, right? And it's like they've got to make a move. And I can understand that too. I don't think Jared McCain is a bad player by any means. I don't want to come up here and say that he's trash. I don't think he moves the needle for OKC though at all. I think it's a good move for him. But low key, if Philly gets everything right, they're not a contender in the same sense as OKC is, but they're a contender in the East. If they are fully healthy, they can play with anyone in the East. Boston, I mean, barring Tatum coming back and giving you 30 minutes in the playoffs, Boston doesn't scare me a lot. We still don't know how Vucevic fits into that system. Toronto, I think, could make a noise late. I'm just trying to think if there's any individual like Miami plays fast, and we don't know if Miami's going to make any moves. So this could all very much change by the end of the day. But I'm saying if the teams ended as they do right now, you get Paul George back before the playoffs. New York and Boston, Pistons and Cavs, I would put them all above Philly. I could see Philly competing with all of them. I would probably put Philly about 5th in the West. I think I would put them healthy above Heat, above Orlando. I think they're the 5th best team in the East, and they can beat, keyword can beat anybody. Pistons would be my biggest fear. But yeah, I mean, Philly, if Philly made a move today, it wouldn't shock me. I feel like they really are right there. They really are right there. Prop Plug, what's good? Can you hear me?
Yo.
Lakers just need LeBron to retire. Yeah, this is his last year. Whether he retires or not, it's his last year. And as a Lakers fan, I'm okay with that. I appreciate him coming in, helped us get a chip, carried us to that chip. Him and AD, shout outs to him for that. I'm happy for. I'm glad he spent his time in LA. Unless he came back next year for like 20 mil, I'm cool off of LeBron. And again, he could be an instrumental part in a championship run this season. I think you would need to get lucky with like an OKC injury. Denver's obviously given us troubles in the playoffs. I would say Lakers are probably the 5th best team in the West. I would put OKC above them. I would put San Antonio above them. I would put OKC, San Antonio, Denver, and the Rockets heading. Let me take the Rockets off of that. Thunder, Spurs, Nuggets, head and shoulders, I think, better than the Lakers. No questions asked there. I think they can beat the Spurs. I think they have a better shot versus the Spurs than either of those teams, but I think all 3 of those teams are much better. Houston, Minnesota, LA, I think they're in their own little window there between 3 and 6. If Phoenix could get healthy and stay healthy, they could maybe compete, but I think 3 through 6 right there is pretty tight as well. And then you've got like everyone else. Warriors, Clippers, Blazers. I think the Suns are stuck in between that 3 to 6 and that 8 to 10. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think the Lakers could compete with anybody. Minnesota, I think the Lakers right now are a better playoff team than the Minnesota Timberwolves. I actually believe that. Not the Rockets, not the Nuggets, not the Spurs, not the Thunder. So the NBA is pretty open, man. Gabe Vincent is trash. Yeah, no, that's for sure. Bobby has a terrible contract and he doesn't move the ball. No go. Is he on a big deal? I'm not hip onto what his bread situation is, to keep it honest with you. P-Watt, Peyton Watson, P-Watt. Actually, I think he'd be a great move for the Lakers if that's what you're asking. Yeah, I'd love to see P-Watt there. LeBron, I don't think LeBron's got much trade value unless it was Cleveland. As crazy as that is to say in 2026, He's 41 years old. Like, what are you going to have to get up to get for him? And he's a free agent next year. So unless you've got the feeling that he's coming to your team next year on a good deal, it's not worth it. I think it's in everybody's best interest for the Lakers to try to win now, except that LeBron's gone after this season. I don't care if the Lakers win the chip this year, LeBron is still leaving, just so we're clear. So what's my opinion on J-Dub or Scotty? What are you asking me there? Who's better? Who I'd rather have? Because it's actually a really good question. Scotty's a better rebounder, better post defender. I would say J-Dub is a better raw scorer, better perimeter defender, better three-point shooter. That's apples to apples to me, bro. That's apples to apples to me. They're both fringe all-stars. As a Lakers fan, just hope Kennard doesn't go to the Lake. Dude, I know he's shooting like 60, 50, 90 this year. But you got to think with the gravity Luka, LeBron, Reeves are going to bring. I know he's not going to run a lot of starter minutes, but I'm hopeful. But we have seen this before where the Lakers will trade for somebody having a good season. And like we thought Gabe was going to be nice. McCain looked bad until the very end. I think that last week or two, he actually didn't look like shit. He does provide shooting. But the thing is like he's also like a playmaker too. I just don't know where he fits in. How many minutes? Like, because he's not a good defender. He's not tall. He's like a 15-minute a night, I think. If OKC got someone like Sadiq Bey to OKC would be fire. Especially with all the injuries J-Dub's been dealing with. Sadiq Bey has came off the floor before, came off the bench before, so I wouldn't hate that. Prop plug, I see you keep trying to comment, or I don't know if my internet's fucked up, if your internet's fucked up, but if you're trying to talk, I haven't been able to hear you, bro.
You can hear me now?
Bucks are looking to get Ja. I saw that. I don't think Giannis is getting traded now. He might get traded in the postseason. I don't think he's getting traded now. Ja to Milwaukee maybe could keep Giannis there. So that doesn't surprise me. I saw Miami and Milwaukee. And I might have saw one other team. I think the Kings were interested, but Ja was like, I don't want to play for y'all. Something like that.
You can hear me?
Listen, we cannot ignore what the fuck our very own Washington Wizards have done this year. Hey, man, as a Maryland boy, you're right, dog. Like, I want to see the Wizards not suck. It's a 2-hour. I can get to the arena and back in the same day. No big deal. I guess I can do that for Philly too, maybe Cleveland, but like DC is the closest, right? And my whole life, like I've probably watched maybe 10 Wizards games. My whole life, I haven't been to a Wizards game since John Wall was traded. And even then, they were like, you knew they were going to be like an 8-10 seed, but at least they could play with somebody, right? When they had Wall and Beal. Since then, man, it's been bad. So, you get Trey and AD next year. You've got Sar, some young pieces around you. I know AD's 36, but Trey's like, I'm guessing 28, 29, maybe just hit 30. Like he's probably been in the league, 8-9 years?
You talking about Trey Young?
I can remember he's 27. Yeah, so 6 years probably. Good moves for Washington. I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to see that. Don't sleep on them. Nah, don't sleep on them. The East is wide open next year. Tatum comes back, so Boston should look good. We got to see what Cleveland does. We got to see how Harden pairs, but to see them as a 6, 7, 8 seed next year would not surprise me at all. Sosa, appreciate you tapping in. Appreciate the likes and the retweets. If y'all aren't tapped in with my boy Sosa, make sure you are on his show, Calling the Shots, just about every weekday morning. Prop plug been talking. We can hear him, but you can't. Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, so you can't. So they can't hear me. Okay.
Why can I not hear him? Prop plug. I'm gonna kick you and then try to rejoin, and let's see if this works. If you can hear me, I'm gonna kick you and then you try to rejoin. All right, let's see if we can. I don't know why I can't hear him. My volume's up. Y'all can hear him and I can't. I don't know what's up with that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that is. I hope he heard me when I said I was going to kick him. I hope he could hear me. BI went up to 22.5. Do I still like it? RJ Barrett's out, though. What's his threes? All right, let's see if we can add him back. Yo, Prop Plug, can you hear me?
Yo, I can hear you.
I see that you're talking, and I still can't hear you. What did I do?
Fuck Prophet.
It's got to be an
Fuck
on
that
me
guy.
issue because I can see your mic's
Fuck that guy.
going.
Fuck that guy. That's crazy. What up, chat?
I have
going
no
on,
clue what's
chat?
up with my system today. StreamYard.
I'll just
what's
talk to
good?
y'all since I can't talk to him. What's up, chat?
Audio. What's good? Prop Plug, my apologies, big dog. I cannot hear you.
It wasn't meant to be.
I
man.
agree. RJ being out is probably traded. Yeah, I agree. Giannis is staying put. It wasn't meant to be, said Prop Plug. Apparently not, bro. I don't know what is going on. I do want to get that fixed, though, because I regularly have people on. I do want to get that fixed. You know what? This is why we use ChatGPT. Give me 1 second.
Hey, chat. Since he can't hear me, I want to run a
Something
Scotty
went
Barnes
wrong.
triple double.
Fuck.
Let's do it. No, RJ. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can troubleshoot that real quick. Comments. No, 20.5, B 20.5. We're trying to do like the 3 ball. Yeah, let me go to BI. Let me go to BI. I hate that price. If you're looking for a lay piece, bro, I like the 1.5 threes as a lay piece. I'm actually, give me a second. Prop Plug says Scotty triple double. Okay, we'll definitely look into that. Let me answer you that question by this question, brother. So Vitar or Vader, bro, I'm sorry. I don't know how to say your name. I have to get you up here one time so you can tell me what the deal is. Prop Plug, I'm going to go over Scotty triple-double next. I actually love it, though. So this is an off-topic question, but do you think AI can impact betting, like in terms of model projections and finding opportunities in the market? So I haven't updated it for today because all of the injury news, I thought the best decision for my time was to wait. But this website that I built could not in my life have done it without AI. That being said, a lot of the mathematical analysis, a lot of the functions and the formulas I have built, but I could not have put this onto a website that uses JavaScript that'll help me create my projections like that. I used to, up until last season, everything was Excel, handwork, took way more time. So do I think AI can help you create a player prop projection model? Yes. Can it do it all by itself? No. You can't just go into Claude, Gemini, Grok. I use them all. Gemini right now, this is not a paid ad. In my opinion, Gemini's best. Grok no, Gemini, Claude, Grok, ChatGPT. Claude is only second because their pricing is dog shit. Gemini, you can get very similar results off of $20, where Claude, you're going to spend $100 max plan and still hit your limits. I recommend Gemini, then Grok, then Claude, just because of the pricing. Claude's actually fucking goated, but they're just too expensive. That being said, yes, you can't just say, hey, Claude, make me a player prop projection model that's going to beat the market. It's not that easy. But if you say, I also don't want to give out too much sauce, but yes. CJ 3-3s love it. Laurie 3-3s love it. Gillespie 3-3s like it. I will say with Gillespie, I was looking at the points because they are good from above the break, the Warriors, but he scored 16 in back-to-back versus them. So I like Gillespie's points at over 14.5 more than his threes, but I do like that read still. Deuce ain't get traded, but he is getting surgery. Damn, Deuce. Sports hernia. Damn, that's a tough injury too. That's a 6 to 8 week injury. Are we really that close? 2 months from now is April 5th. Yeah. Yeah, he probably come back right before the playoffs. I had a teammate in college that had that same injury, and he was back in about 8 weeks. I guess he was probably younger. I don't know if that, but also we did not have the same fucking training squad as the New York Knicks. So I'd say he come back right before playoffs. That's like a 6 to 8 week injury. I guess it could be dependent on how bad it was too. I'm no doctor. I just know people that have had that injury before. So obviously it could be different severities and whatnot. So I'm not going to speculate too much. I'm just hopeful it's maybe right before the playoffs. Looks like they're giving up above the break over the last 15. Okay, yeah, good looks, Evan. I didn't dig that deep. I kind of just went through this morning on calling the shots. And that's very important. I like to use props.cash for that, opposed to some of the other players in the market. Props.cash is the one that'll really let you get in there 5, 10, 15, 20. So shout outs to them for that. It does. It makes that Jose Alvarado trade a lot more valuable. He does not offer the same three-point shooting. And y'all better not sleep on Miles McBride's defensive prowess. I'm not going to say he is the greatest point, but he is a serviceable defender. I don't want to hear any Deuce McBride slander in this. But Jose is a better defender. Jose's a really good perimeter defender. And he brings that New York grit. Like, we got to be real. Like, he does bring that New York grit. So I got nothing bad to say about that. Let's circle back here to Scotty. I've been all over the place today, but so is the NBA. So, and chat been good. Like, so we're straight. Chat been good. Scotty TD. Lord have mercy. If that's plus 2,000, I'm putting a unit on it. Let me give this a refresh. Going to the Mavs games. Hey, enjoy it, man. It's an in-state rivalry. I love Cooper Flagg's PRs. I haven't ran that yet. I went through that game earlier. Is San Antonio on a back-to-back? Am I correct about that? They are, because my only bet yesterday was Champagne. Cooper Flagg PRs. I know I looked at that off the top of my head this morning. I looked at Clay's threes. I didn't really love it. The price was okay, but minutes have been like lower in the 20s, low 20s, if not 14. I think he played 14 relatively recently. Not the spot for Champagne's threes, I don't think. And then I believe Harper and Vassell were on the injury report. So there's some things to look at in that. There's some things to look at in that Dallas game. I said this at the beginning of the stream. I probably get a lot of my volume. If there's extra volume today, it probably comes about 4:30 once we get through the trade deadline. I do think there's some injury news there. Sorry, I wanted to check at that Scotty price. I still like that plus 1540 at DK. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into Dallas, San Antonio.
Yeah, can you hear me yet or no?
And honestly, wait, because San Antonio's on the back-to-back. Oh, yeah, Wemby's double-double. What have his minutes been like in back-to-back post-injury? 25, 29, 27, 26, 21. I still like him to get 10 boards and what is assumed to be reduced minutes. See, it's such a bad price. You know what? FanDuel 190, I'm actually not scared of. FanDuel 190, I'm actually not scared of. Hey, Prop Plug says Jalen Johnson. I'm pretty sure that's who you meant. Yes, I love the Jalen Johnson triple-double. I don't know if you were in here earlier, bro, but I was mentioning the Jalen Johnson triple-double as well. So I do like that a lot. Valet, I like Jalen's assists. I'm not so keen on his PAs, honestly. I would rather go RAs. And then LaMelo, I spoke on it earlier. I hate taking assists over versus Houston, but Colin Sexton's gone. They're not on a back-to-back and don't play tomorrow. And we have seen LaMelo's minutes tick up in those scenarios. All of that combined, I would probably lean over, but I don't bet a point guard over versus Houston. But with the minutes trade, no games on each side of this game, tempting. Gafford will be going through hell. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, Prop Plug, I still can't hear you, bro. I don't know what the hell's going on with my StreamYard. I'm going to try to get this fixed post-stream. I really don't know how to fix it during stream. ChatGPT basically said, or Gemini just said, with all the shit that I've tried, I basically got to just restart my shit. So I'm not going to be able to do that. Scotty and JJ. Yeah. I mean, you're going to be at plus 20,000 on that. Yeah. I like that a lot. I like that as a little sprinkle. Najee Marshall rebounds in this joint, actually. Wouldn't be mad at a little Najee Marshall rebounds over 5.5 here. I know the price is bullshit. If you're at exchanges, you can lay at 115. So Najee Marshall boards wouldn't be bad look in this one. My favorite look's going to be Cooper Flag PRs. He did struggle in the one matchup versus them. Keep in mind, this was his rookie debut, I believe. So he's grown a lot. And y'all have been tapped in with me. No, I don't really bet rookies, but Cooper Flag's paid us this year. I don't know if I've missed a Cooper Flag bet this season. That being said, I probably bet him 3, 4, 5 times, but I actually don't know if I've missed on him this season. Knock on wood. I can no longer do no AD. Yeah, I like Cooper Flag's PRs. I don't know if I'm running it official. Like I said, man, with a lot of these games, probably going to be late ads. Like, I think, is Castle going to play on the back-to-back with him being questionable last game? Is Dylan Harper back tonight? Sohan back tonight? Is Bagley playing? I don't think Bagley or Middleton play. That was just yesterday, so I really doubt either of those two play tonight. I don't like the price, bro. I think he gets there, but correct me if I'm wrong. I believe I saw minus 190, minus 200. I just don't like the price. Harper is officially out. Okay, good looks. If Harper's out and Castle goes, I'd probably lean over Castle PAs. I probably would lean over Castle PAs. Again, not the spot to attack Julian Champagne's threes today. Keldon Johnson hit fucking 4 threes last night. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, the fuck? And then where's Clay at? Yeah, it was a reasonable price, but the minutes, 20, 14, 20, 21. I will say they're shorthanded today. So if you think Clay, where you get the minus 150 at? Is that Collier double-double? Where'd you get that? Valet, I actually really like, at that price, I think that's more than fair. I think the best price I saw this morning was minus 200. So if you can find Collier double-double 150, I like it. I think you're a Canadian too. That might be a Canadian book line. Correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't you out Toronto? Been tuning in every day at this point. I got to buy a premium or whatever. Yeah, bro, it's if you're not on X, I don't know how to get a hold of you, but I'm on X, YouTube, TikTok. You should be able to find my premium there. In my opinion, it's one of the better in the industry in terms of pricing. I think I got it marked at $20 a month for the first 200 to sign up, additional 200. And you get locked in at that price. It's that price for all of life. And I'm year round. I do WNBA, MLB, NFL, NBA. So we're all season long. We're all year long. NBA is probably my best. I would say I thought MLB was my best, or one of my best. 2 years ago, I won 53 units. Last year, I lost 5. And what's crazy about that is last year's baseball was such a swing. Like, we went up like 10 units to start the season, and then we went down 20. And then we came back and finished almost even. Prop Plug says WNBA is his sport. Excited to hear that. We'll have to definitely. I was actually just looking up the opening date. I think it's May 8th this season. So yeah, MLB was, John. I know you were tapped in. Like, for me personally, it was so many runs, bro. Like, it was like week to week for me, bro. And the process never changed. Like, it was tough, man. Oh, that was a FanDuel line. I love that at -150 at FanDuel, dog. I really do. JJ Scotty. See, Valet, that's what I would do too, bro. Like, if you really want to run that lotto, go 88, 88, 88 for all of them. Go 88, 88, 88 for all of them. Check group chat, Prop Plug says. All right, say less. Oh, so Prop Plug literally just said what I was going to say. He's taking Luka in the 8-8 instead of like a Collier points and assists. He's got Scotty 8-8, Luka 8-8, Jalen Johnson 8-8. I hope I was good to release that, Prop Plug. At plus 1962 at Hard Rock. So that's Hard Rock. That's a Prop Plug 88, 88, 88. And I do really like that. You're getting it at almost plus 2,000. Yeah. Do you think the Blue Jays make a similar run to last year, even without Bo Bichette? I'm scared. I'm still scared by last year. They're still a playoff team. I don't know that they repeat quite the same success, but they're better. I'm a Cardinals fan. I mean, if we played a 7-game series, they'd win 4-0, 4-1, gentleman sweep. You're in a lot better position as a fan than I am. I'll tell you that. -146 on DK. So this must have had a little bit of reverse line movement, and I'm willing to buy it. I like if you can get 150 or better on the double-double for Collier, I support that. Whether it's a straight or a lay piece, if you can get 150 or better, I think that's a great price. I think we see him in the 36-minute range tonight. And then if you go look at his points, his assists per minute, this season, they're definitely over a half, right? So I definitely like the Collier double-double there. His assists per minutes have looked great, and I think his minutes are going to be through the roof tonight. I mean, he averaged over it was just under a half last game, 48 minutes, 22 assists. So not mad at the Collier double-double there at -146. Big fan of that. I do like the Clay's threes here. I just feel like his minutes may get bumped. San Antonio, I want to say, is middle of the pack. I'm going to confirm that for us. 19th versus spot up, 22 versus catch and shoot, bottom middle. Nothing official for me at Clay. Although if you tell me he plays 22 to 28 minutes, it's a lot. It's not a lock. 22 to 28, it's an auto bet. Sub 22, it's definitely a stay off. Lakers could offer Reeves in a sign-in trade for the Bucks this summer. I've heard that before. Reeves is the best player I've heard mentioned straight up. He's better than Tyler Hero. If you don't agree with me, go argue with a fucking wall. First of all, Hero can't stay on the floor. Second of all, Austin Reeves is a better player in every aspect. I mean, ball handling, pick and roll ball handler. And I don't want this to sound as hate to Hero, because Hero is an all-star as well. I'm a Lakers fan. If I could have either, I want to keep Reeves. There's no questions asked. And the only reason I'm saying that is because the Miami offer that I've heard is Hero plus Ware, which I will say Hero plus Ware is better than Reeves individually. I would rather have Hero Ware in a first than Reeves in a first. I'll give you that. But if it's Reeves in multiple firsts or Hero in multiple firsts, I think Reeves is the better fit there. Your argument could be you would rather take the Miami trade as well because you might want to send him to the West Coast. I don't know. This is going to sound crazy, but I would rather take the next 10 years of Reeves than the next 5 of Giannis too. Giannis is 31, about to turn 32. Great player. 5 years from now, he's 37. 5 years from now, Reeves is 31? I don't know. As a Lakers fan, it's hard to say no, but I don't know. Like, it's Reeves plus what? Like, if you could give me Reeves for Giannis right now, sure, let's take it. Reeves plus what is the question. I've got JJ, Luka, Scotty, 8-8, Collier, double-double, plus 5,500 with the boost. I like that. I mean, listen, for me personally, when I get boosts, I'm not the type that runs the minus 110 to plus 110 either. I would much rather have a plus 35 that goes to plus 55. And I like each of those legs individually. Now, I will say we're running a 2, 4, 6, 8-leg parlay. Definitely hard to hit, but I like it. I'm not mad at it one bit. Prop plug, tapping in on YouTube. Appreciate you tapping in, bro. Appreciate you tapping in. I know you were trying to be in the chat. I don't know what's happening with my StreamYard today. All right, we'll move on to Golden State versus Phoenix. So I believe I saw Curry's out. Porzingis definitely not playing tonight. Jalen Green could play for Phoenix. I did look at some Colin Gillespie stuff here. Head-to-head versus the Warriors. Over in each of his last 2. It was a dud to begin the season, but he played 33, 34 in the last 2 head-to-heads. Played 33 in the last game. I do lean over the 15+ here. Not something I've ran officially. Had requests on the threes. You got to run the 3+. I mean, the 2+ is a lay piece maybe. I like the 3+ at plus 150. I will say they've been fairly decent from above the break. So that makes me lean the points more, but I'm not mad at a 3+ plus 150 on the points as well. Grayson Allen continues to chuck. Not mad at his over 3.5 threes either. Yes, I did just double upper decky 2 6s, so we are zooming. SGP, flag, PA over, 6.5 assists, Wemby double-double. I like the rebounds better than the assists for flag. Fox, I like this. I like this, especially going to the game. I like this. That is, I believe, what Valet ran, Alex Jones. Yes. Yep, he just commented. Yep, that's what he's got. Yep. I got some leans here, y'all. Again, I do think if anything's played, it'll be closer to tip-off. Grayson Allen's threes, Colin Gillespie's points. I do like both of those. On the Golden State side of the ball, been a lot of pods hate on the timeline. Does he come out and chuck? Maybe. Nothing official. Philly versus the Lakers. I ran my Luka joint 4+ 3-pointers made. This has moved a little bit. Still very playable. It's the drop. Whether it's Embiid or Drummond, it's going to be a drop. So I love Luka. I really think he might hit 5, 6, 7 threes tonight. Embiid's points and rebounds look good. Like, I'm a Lakers fan. And it's like I get onto these data apps, and they're telling me the Lakers are top 5 versus post up, top 5 in the restricted area. And then I watch these games, and it's like when we play somebody that's good versus them 2 shits, we get smoked. But we're ranked 4th versus post up, like 4th in the – it don't make sense to me. I'm just a salty Lakers fan too. This is the last game, so like there's going to be some bitching involved. If y'all don't want to hear me bitch, y'all can dip because that's what this last 10 minutes is going to be. Should the Lakers win this game? Yeah. I mean, Reeves started the second half last game in place of Jake LaRavia. Do I think Reeves starts tonight? Possibly. Do I think we slow Embiid down? No, I really don't. Similar players aren't aren't necessarily similar in my opinion. If any data app you look at, I like this. You could run all of them. You could run CJ at 2, Luka at 3, MPJ at 3, and probably be at plus money for real. I like that. Those are all my 3 looks today. Why not lay them? You could go 2-3-3 and 3-4-4. The 3-4-4 probably going to pay you out like plus 1,500. So I'm not mad at that. Edge come points. No PG. I'm not mad at an edge come points. McCain's gone. Valet says, let it all out, Rand. I feel it. I appreciate it, dog. As a Lakers fan, man, it's like you look at the metrics and then you watch the games and it's like, what am I missing? So Grimes and Edgecombe are both interesting to me. I think we could see small bumps to each. And here's the thing. I think they traded McCain, Philly did, thinking they could keep Grimes on a cheap deal this year. I don't think they're going to be able to keep Grimes. I think he would have commanded a lot on the open market this year. And people aren't going to forget that. I know he's not played well this year, but his minutes have been shit. And we've seen what he can do in 30 minutes. So I wouldn't be shocked to see Grimes pick it up here at the end of the season. I like the Grimes PRAs over. Maxey could be intriguing to me, but I would lean under here. I think they'll close on drives versus Maxey. Played once this season. It was with Joel. And Joel only had 16 and he played 30 minutes. Let's hear the Ayton rant. Yeah, Ayton's another one, first of all. And I really tried to be optimistic coming into the season, right? I really thought, okay, he's in LA. You're always under the big lights in LA, right? Like when it's a Lakers home game, that bitch is packed. It's every other team's Super Bowl. Everybody wants to go. They're always TV games, right? So I really believed Ayton would come into this season and effort would not be an issue. Well, I was wrong and I was foolish. Ayton has shown flashes of all-star level center and dog shit level center. He's being benched for Hayes, for Jackson Hayes in the middle of the season. We went and got him, so Jackson Hayes only had to play 15 minutes a game. Now we've got him healthy and he's playing 30. We can't ever, I mean, it's all right. I don't know why the fuck Mark Williams isn't there. We traded Mark Williams for Dalton Connect and then failed him, and he's playing this season. So whatever. I'm cool. So it's no big deal. I'm not upset. Think we see Reeves play 25, 26 minutes tonight. Dude is a straight bum. You already know. I'm staying off Embiid's double-double, but I wouldn't talk you off of it. I would much rather have Mark Williams too. They had him. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. Storch already knows. Storch ain't even like a hooper, like a hoop fan like that. And he already knows. If someone's playing the Lakers, they're going off. So pick one tonight. It's either Embiid or Maxey. Pick one. All right. Yeah, nothing official in this one. Like I said, probably going to be some late things. I did want to spend some time talking about an NFL player prop. I've already released Jackson Smith and Jigba. If you're not following me on Instagram and TikTok, make sure you give me a follow over there. I will say, though, shout-outs to y'all. Shout-outs to y'all. Specifically, y'all that are in here regularly listening to me. The Twitter algo, even though it's dying, like when I put something up, it's still doing well. Shout outs to the creators that follow me and show love, and I try to show love back to them. And then shout out to the regular. Y'all don't know how much those early likes, retweets, and comments mean, and bookmarks. And I want to show love and make sure y'all know that I see it, because I feel like sometimes that shit goes unnoticed, especially the bigger creator gets. I have 13.5 thousand followers. You know, my hit tweets will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 500 likes. I still see the regulars though, and I appreciate the regulars. Y'all really drive what comes after, and so I don't want that to be going unseen. Whether it's on YouTube or Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all of it. Shout outs to y'all. I appreciate. I don't feel like enough creators take time to say they appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all, and I can tell y'all appreciate me coming on every day, giving my analysis because y'all tap in every day. I did not release it on X, Valet. That's intentional. I'm trying to push people to Instagram and TikTok, just because at the end of the day, TikTok is Twitter. Twitter is the one right now. The algorithm's been messed with so much. I won't even say I've seen I have and I haven't. Like, my hit tweets still are hit tweets, but when I try to just open dialogues, it dies, right? That's obviously being pushed. It's a narrative thing. They only want the hit tweets to show up. But if I follow you, if you just tweet some shit, I want to see it. Like, why are you showing me shit that I'm not following? I don't know why I'm bitching y'all about it. I'm just saying, appreciate y'all for tapping in, man. That's really what I'm saying. Ballet says, helping me pay the bills and the child support. Hey, man, I'm doing my best. I appreciate it. Luka, 3+ is -2 fit. Yeah, man, especially that Gillespie number. But it makes sense. He's been chucking. It's Profit Props, dog. I got my actual picture on there, and you ought to be that tapped in, probably recognize me. The beard, white dude with the big beard. I mean, there's a lot of us, don't get me wrong, but always got the flat bill on too. Should be easy to see me. I'm Profit Props everywhere. Profit Props everywhere. There are some like I will say I'm lower on the following count on those, and there are some like people that try to like copy me and shit. So make sure you don't get one of those. I don't know. My shit's not even big enough over there to be trying to be replicated, but they are still anyway. So make sure you shout out to tomorrow. I'll post it in the description. Tomorrow I'll post them in the description. And then actually if you're watching on Twitter, I'll put it in the Twitter description after I'm done here. It does hurt your algo producing or promoting other social medias, but I don't give a shit because TikTok or Twitter's dying. Anything else y'all wanted to get to? Any trades? Anything else? We're about an hour and 20 deep on a short slate, but honestly, this was we were just talking, really. We were just talking. I wish Prop Plug could have been in here because this was definitely a dialogue show, but the chat was good, man. I appreciate the chat. Appreciate y'all tapping in. I don't see anything new, so we're going to get out of here. If Chalk goes live at 1:30, I'll be there. I don't know if he is. I haven't got to talk to him today. If he's live at 1:30 or at 3 o'clock, I'll be there. If not, I'll be back all weekend. Oh, NFL prop. I'm going to get a write-up out for it. Let me get you the best number now. I played Drake May's passing yards over at 219.5. Still available. I played Drake May over 219.5 -115 at the score bet. I think it's 120 or 125 right now at FanDuel. John followed on IG. Shout outs to my guy, John. I'll have a couple plays up there as well today. All right, going to recap, going to get out of here. I've got 3 official plays plus a small ladder. I've got Michael Porter Jr. to hit 4 more 3-pointers. I've got Luka to hit 4 or more, and I did sprinkle the 5+. And then I've got 18+ each from Brandon Ingram and Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's going to do it for me today. I do appreciate y'all tapping in. We will be back tomorrow, noon Eastern. I'm going to go tomorrow and Saturday at noon. Sunday morning, we don't have any 1 o'clock slates for Sunday, right? It's just the Super Bowl. So I'm going to go live at noon on Saturday as well. I'm going to go over the NBA 4 games and the NFL Saturday. I will say all of my plays will probably be released by then, and then we'll just be going over them on the Sunday show and then anything you guys want to talk about. But that's kind of the forecast for the rest of the week. So I do appreciate y'all for tapping in. Best of luck tonight. I'll catch y'all tomorrow.